Imagine this. It's 3 a.m. The world is quiet, your phone battery is dead, and everyone you know is asleep. But not you, because you never have to sleep. Ever again. Sounds awesome, right? More time for hobbies, binge-watching shows, or finally reading all those books you swore you'd read. But is it really that great? Let's find out. So here's the setup. You're still human. You still eat, drink, and breathe. The only difference? You don't need to sleep. Not even naps. You can stay awake forever without side effects. No drowsiness, no brain fog, no cranky mornings. Just 24 hours of energy every single day. That means instead of about 16 waking hours, you now get the full 24. That's like gaining 8 bonus hours every day. Multiply that out, 365 days a year, for say, 80 years, and you'd live the equivalent of an extra 26 years of awake time. Basically, while everyone else is snoring, you've squeezed in a whole extra lifetime. First, the fun part. Imagine the productivity. You could master the piano, learn 6 languages, or write a dozen novels, all before breakfast. And you'd never again lose a Saturday to oversleeping. Night owls would finally win, because the night would be their kingdom forever. But here's the catch. Society runs on a sleep schedule. Stores close, friends vanish at midnight, and your boss probably isn't answering emails at 4 a.m. You'd quickly find yourself living in 2 parallel worlds, the busy daytime with everyone else, and the lonely nighttime with just you and the raccoons. At first, that sounds peaceful. No lines at the grocery store, empty highways, total control of the TV remote. But after a few years, it might get weird. Humans are social creatures, and spending a third of your life awake while everyone else is unconscious could feel isolating. You'd probably start hanging out with night shift workers or invent new hobbies like staring at lampposts or befriending owls. And what about your health? Normally, sleep repairs your body and cleans your brain, literally flushing out waste chemicals. But in this scenario, your body does all that while you're awake. So you'd stay healthy. In fact, you'd probably live longer, not because your body lasts more years, but because you get way more living inside them. That also raises a scary question. What if no one slept? If the whole world suddenly stayed awake forever, everything would speed up. Factories could run nonstop. People could work 16-hour shifts and still have 8 hours of free time. We'd build things twice as fast, learn things twice as quickly. Civilization might leap forward centuries in just a few decades. But then again, companies might expect you to use those bonus hours for work. Instead of a 40-hour work week, your boss might say, "Hey, you're awake all the time anyway. How about 80? Suddenly, your free time vanishes and capitalism eats your gift like a midnight snack. Here's the big reveal. The scariest thing about never needing sleep might not be science. It's boredom. Right now, sleep is like a built-in skip button. You go to bed, and boom, 8 hours later, you're in the future. Without sleep, life stretches out with no breaks. Imagine waiting for Christmas, but instead of 25 days, it feels like 40. Waiting in line at the DMV? Twice as long. Boring movies? Twice as endless. Sleep is secretly our time machine, and without it, time might start to drag. So what's the final takeaway? If you alone never needed sleep, you'd gain decades of extra life, but also decades of extra loneliness. If the entire world never needed sleep, humanity might skyrocket into a new golden age, or a new nightmare of endless work shifts. Maybe, just maybe, sleep isn't a waste of time. It's what makes time feel like it's moving. It's the pause button that makes the play button exciting. So what about you? If you never had to sleep again, what would you do with your extra lifetime? Build a company? Travel the world? Finally beat that video game backlog? Let me know in the comments. I'll be awake all night reading them. And if you enjoyed this little dive into sleepless immortality, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Because unlike sleep, YouTube absolutely needs your attention. Sweet dreams, whether you need them or not.